Hey, it's Todd with Defense and Safety. Another knife review. What I consider, let me just wipe the blade here, probably Ernest Emerson's best everyday carry knife. This is the Horseman, sometimes referred to as the Mini CQC-8. This is a really, really addicting knife. When I first got this, I carried it non-stop. The only thing that replaced it was when I got my Sebenza, which, just for size comparisons, it's almost identical in the blade shape, cutting edge. If you look here, tip to Percasa, it is almost identical. Weight-wise, I think the Emerson is just slightly heavier because I think the blade is a little thicker. But this is the newer generation. So this was made in 2012, and what makes it the newer generation are a couple things. You get this more rounded, shinier black, larger slotted screw for adjusting your pivot. You get equally sized titanium frame lock or liner lock and steel. On previous Emersons, I'll just show you one right here. The liner, the steel liner, is thinner. As you can see here, this side is thinner and the titanium side is thicker. And so now what Emerson is doing is making them equal. I think it's not to add more strength to the knife, because none of these knives have any issues, but I think it's just more aesthetics. People like that look better. And then you get a black thumb disc as opposed to a stainless thumb disc. Those are the main differences. Everything else is the same. This knife had the earliest lockup of any knife I've ever owned. It literally, if I opened it by hand, just like that, slowly, would not stay locked. I could push like this and it would free open. You'd have to open it, like this, for it to feel like it wouldn't fail. I could hit it against my leg. Now, and it took forever. Now, this liner is on the outside of the liner, so is even with the outside of the blade. So it's taken about a month for it to break in that far, which is great, because Emersons do move in, and this is perfect. It was sticky for a while, and that went away, and it is just a perfect size knife. It isn't too big. You've got a 3.6-inch blade with this design here. It just fits so well in the hand. I mean, Emersons are known. This little wave with the jimping on it comes up to your thumb, makes everything feel really secure. And I mean, just for the size and utility, you still get a very strong, very capable knife that is a little more friendly for EDC than perhaps a CQC-15 or a full-size CQC-8, which again, you're getting, a beefier handle and thicker blade, and it's heavier. So, for me, I'm not afraid to carry larger knives. I like larger knives. Here you can see the difference in the screw here. Now the black knives do have the black thumb disc, but the old satin knives did have only a satin thumb disc or a silver thumb disc. But it's deceptively large and nice, but feels small. I mean, when you get this in your hand, it definitely felt smaller than when I watch all the videos. I was surprised. I thought it would just be feel a little bigger. And I think what makes it feel small is this distance right here. I mean, even comparing it to a Benchmade 710, it's thinner here. And that just makes, when you grab this, it just feels, at first it just sits down. It's like getting into a sports car where you feel like it's enveloping you. This is like that. So it's definitely it feels really great in the hand, and reverse grip as well. And you get a stout little blade. Because this is the same thickness of all blades but a little shorter, it just looks stouter. Like I said, I'm in love with this knife. I love it, love it, love it. Broke in and is super smooth now. You know, I basically flicked it open a couple hundred times, took it apart, cleaned it, put it back together, and worked it another 1,000 times, and now it's perfectly smooth. And with those nylon washers, whatever they're called, washers that he puts in here, they really are self-lubricating. You can put this knife together with no lubrication. That's what this is. No lubrication at all, and it's smooth as if it is lubricated. So you don't need to lubricate these knives. I think because these are kind of hard-use knives, they're used a lot of time in environments where there isn't a lot of lubricants and things like that to kind of maintain a knife. And that's the other reason why, although it's a V-grind, there is a primary bevel on both sides, there's only a secondary bevel here. So you only are going to sharpen this on one side, and then you just swipe this side to take the burr off, so it's half the work to sharpen it. So again, a hard-use knife out in the field, easy to maintain, very easy to take apart. You don't need any special tools. You need Phillips and flatheads on all Emerson knives. So again, if you want to own an Emerson and you only want to own one, I would say the Horseman should be your first, or you need one if you own multiple Emersons. Once you have it, you will see this is really probably his greatest knife design for EDC. It's got the nice belly. There's no complicated, blade shape here. Easy to maintain, very functional, just an all-around great knife. By far my favorite. It's convinced me, even though I already knew I wanted this, I'm going to get a CQC-8 as well. I just have to have one. So, again, highly recommend the Horseman or Mini CQC-8 that you see here. This is 154 cm steel. All Emerson blades are 154 cm. It's a great blade. It is easy to sharpen. It does hold its edge. I've chopped bamboo with my CQC-15 and it stayed sharp. So I don't think there's any issues with, this compared to, S30V or M390 or D2 or any of that. This is a good blade steel and you'll be very happy with it. I do like 154 cm. All right. Thanks again for watching.